Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back here for segment number 2 of our Walt Disney World 101 tutorial, if you will. And today we are going to cover dining at Walt Disney World. So before we get into any kind of like details or anything specific, just kind of talk about our experiences dining at Walt Disney and what kind of the things we kind of find to be worth it and the things that we kind of find to be, maybe not worth it or rip off, even if you want to go, if you want to use ugly terms. So we'll start with that, and we'll delve into meal plans and whether or not those may be worth it for you, and we'll go from there. So I'll start by saying that, as we hinted towards in the previous podcast, that I find Disney dining to be extravagant price-wise. Mm-hmm. It's on the high end. I'll give you an example. My wife, my daughter, and myself had dinner at the Sand and Hill Inn in the Mexican Pavilion, just a standard Mexican restaurant. It was about $145 for the three of us. My wife had one drink, I had one drink, and we had an appetizer and meals. Went to dinner with a few friends last night. There were 8 of us. Mexican restaurant once again. Most people had a drink, and it was $144. So those are the kind of things you're dealing with when it comes to dining at Walt Disney World. You have multiple options. I mean, you have, what they call a sit down, which is your standard restaurant experience. You have a quick service, which is essentially any kind of what might come to mind as theme park food, or if you've ever gone to a sporting event, that type of food, burgers, pizza, hot dogs, popcorn, was more of a snack, but all that kind of stuff there to get nuggets, salads, things like that. They're on the cheaper side, but I will say once again that if you, a family of 3, everyone getting a meal and a drink on a quick service stop, you're talking $50 to $60.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, you figure $15 a person, an average I would say with that.
And if dad or mom wants a drink,
yeah,
like an alcoholic drink, I guess that's kind of where I'm going with, because I usually get a beer. You're pushing it more towards, like I said, over the $50 threshold. So that is the cheapest way you can go about eating at Disney, outside of bringing your own food to the parks, is the quick service options. They're not horrible options.
No, I mean there's some places where you're gonna get more than a hamburger, hot dog type thing. You can they try to mix up the food at quick service places. You can find some places that have some interesting stuff more than just the normal stuff.
Yeah, and you can find some kind of, like, I would call them like hidden gems in quick service. Like, you'll go to, there are places like Electric Umbrella in Epcot. Like, you go right into Future World, the middle of Future World in Epcot, and there's Electric Umbrella. And that's about as standard as a quick service place as you're going to get. Fairly large. It's got your basic quick service essentials, the burgers, the pizzas, things like that. And it's just, if you catch it on a good day, at its best, it's okay. It's just edible. It's nothing. I mean, I don't know. Don't expect to be blown away. Okay? But then you may venture, at least, and this is opinion now, over to Pecos Bills in the Magic Kingdom, and we did a dining episode on the podcast maybe a month or two ago. I'll put a link in the description because we're not going to delve into the specifics of restaurants, but if you want to know our opinions on a lot of restaurants, we had done an episode on that. Anyway, Pecos Bills is I find, like, I don't want to say comparable. Like, I spoke about how I ate at a Mexican restaurant earlier. I don't want to say it's comparable to that place, like, spot on. But, like, if you're talking paying less than half for the meal, and that's a concern as far as your budget on the vacation, I just take Pecos Bill all day.
Mm-hmm.
It's faster. The food's good.
Yeah,
we got nachos and there's a little.
And then they always make a big deal about their fixins bar where you can add.
Yeah.
You add your extra whatever stuff, and you can.
And it is good.
Yeah.
And there's alcohol if that's what you're, if you so desire. So, I guess kind of the overall point here in the opening is just bear in mind prices. So if you're looking to just full on out, I'm gonna eat I'm gonna go to Disney and I'm gonna sit down once a day and I'm going to have a quick service at least once a day, and then whatever you're gonna do for breakfast, that's a whole other ball game because there's sit down and quick service options there. Mm. You really just got to bear in mind that this is gonna come at a substantial cost. Now, you're going all out and you want to do a meal plan. Well, the average price for a meal plan right now in 2020 per person or per adult is $78.01 per night. So basically per day you're there, and $30.51 per kid, ages 3 to 9. So anybody over 10 or over is going to pay the $78, and everybody under 10 is going to pay the $30.51. So these have actually increased almost $3 a day from last year already. I don't see them going down in any foreseeable future.
No.
Things only just go up when it comes to Disney World and prices. But anyway, I kind of did some math here. So real quick, let's say you're going to do a 7-day trip. You're at $186.53. Bear in mind, tips not included in here. So that's something to think about too.
I know the one time we had done the meal plan, we had done it when the tip was included, so that was
that's awesome.
That was nice because you literally, you carry your credit card or whatever for souvenir type of thing, and you don't even have to. You use your Magic Band as a credit card, so you didn't have to carry anything, but now you just have to bear in mind that tip thing, which is and you
which can kind of be like, because the problem I have with and I'm not someone that minds tipping at all. I really don't.
No.
But when I go to these places, they're so overpriced, and now I'm tipping. They gave me a standard service on something that should have been $80.
Yeah.
And now it's $160. And now it just adds up. It's a vacation, I understand, but I just want you guys to understand.
Yeah, it's just kind of a pain to when you think about it on the grand scheme that you're paying. You get upset that you're paying this overpriced thing, but you're paying this waitress or waiter who does, who's just making the standard thing. So it's just
like you think to yourself, the turnover they get and all that stuff. Like if you just threw a $20 bill down, you think you'd feel good about that. Like here's a $20 bill. Next person, these people aren't gonna hurt or anything like that.
Yeah, but it's just.
But I never do. I always tip.
Yeah.
The percentage and I move on.
Yeah.
But I'm just sharing that because you just know that. You have to tip. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of I've spoken to a lot of waiters and waitresses over the few visits I've made, and they always say that sometimes they get a little discouraged when they hear that people have a food plan because they're like nervous that they're not going to get tips because people either play ignorant or just don't want to do it or whatever. But anyway, that aside, bear in mind there's a tip. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay $186.53 a day if you get a meal plan. Okay, that's going to give you. That's
just that's the what.
I'm going to give you the middle. Yeah, right now I'm going to give you the middle of the road.
Right?
There's 3 tiers. I'm going to give you the standard meal plan, which is 2 snacks per person, a quick service per person, and a sit down per person. So that is going to be a $186.53 a day for a family of 3, assuming that the child is under 10.
Mm-hmm.
If
And the
not,
thing with that now, if you want, you get into details with that, like some restaurants, what they call signature restaurants, which you can use your meal plan, fine, but the signature restaurants cost you the 2 table service credits.
Yes.
So you can, I mean, if you want to just you even everything out, you just borrow whatever. So you have to keep it. It's all on the app. It'll keep the total, but you just got to bear in mind that that type of restaurant's going to cost you 2 table service, so you can't use one. And then I know in other things you can break it. Like if you don't use all your quick services, you can break quick service credits into snack credits, but you have to use all the snack credits in the same transaction. So there are ways to play around with it.
Yeah. So.
And then I think, was it new last year? They added an alcoholic beverage is included with the tables.
Which is definitely nice because it's an alcohol beverage, I believe $15 or less. Yes. Which it all kind of, I mean, one time I went, it was like $15.75 and they just, they let you have that.
So that makes up a little bit of the difference when they increase, at least they increased, instead of just getting a soda or something, you can get a beer or something. So at least you're getting a little something.
So to kind of delve into that just a little bit more, I guess what Johnny was trying to say too is that we're going to go on a 7-day trip here. So you're going to get 7 sit-down meals. You're going to get 7 quick service meals. You're going to get 14 snacks per person.
Yeah.
So you can
use them any way you want.
Yeah, you can eat 7 times the first day if you feel like it. There goes all your credits. Or you can not eat the first 2 days and then save, those for the signature restaurant where you can double up and get the signature meal. You don't have, in other words, you don't have to use your meals each day. You can do whatever you want with them. They're yours to spend as you will during the duration of your trip.
Mm-hmm. And on all the menus, it shows you a little picture. What is it? You get a cue. I don't even know what it is. It's got a little purple type thing.
Yeah, for the snack.
That shows you what the snack is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not just going to be your standard bag of popcorn, your Mickey bar. Some of the stuff is actually, like, you could get a thing of, like, tots with whatever, chicken, stuff on it. And it kind of, you can make the money back, is what I'm saying. You don't have to go for like, popcorn, that's my snack credit, or whatever. A banana is a snack,
so you gotta get your bang for your buck is what he's trying to say, I think. Is that you can grab a banana for a snack credit, but you can go around Epcot and all those countries and find all kinds of stuff that's way better, bang for your buck. You can go to Magic Kingdom, get a Dole Whip.
Yeah, you can get interesting
those
stuff.
Are kind of do a little bit of research and look for the better, I don't want to say higher end snacks, but the ones that you can kind of just eyeball and say that's worth the snack credit more than that one is. Yeah. And try to use it if you're gonna get a banana, I think they're $2, $3.
Yeah.
I would recommend
pay out of pocket
on that one. Unless of course you got way more snacks than you need, and that's another story for another day. But if you're trying to use your snacks,
Yeah, the way I
carefully.
There's the way I see it. There's 2 ways to go about the meal plan. You either if you use it for convenience, you just pay. You pay the tips, but you just everything you pay ahead. You pay ahead of time, so it's done. The other thing is if you do get the meal plan, and you're on property, everybody has to get the meal plan that's in your room for the duration of the trip. So you can't say if I'm there for 7 days, but I only want the meal plan for 5. You have to get it for the whole 7 days. So and then it's just prepaid. That's paid into your big thing, so you don't have to worry about it at all. Or there's the other way, where you just kind of want to get the most out of everything. So you're ordering the most expensive thing that's included in the meal plan to try to get that whatever it was,
bang for your buck.
$78. You're trying to so then it can either be, I don't care, and it's prepaid, or you're in that other boat where you're I want to make a little money on Disney. So, I mean, whatever.
And who doesn't always have that in the back of their mind?
But then in that sense, it's you're kind of, whether you're getting the most expensive or biggest thing, then then you could be you're just stuffing yourself to make the money back. So, I mean, to each their own. But I personally, I only used the meal plan the one time, and we kind of just did it for the convenience of it. We didn't worry about the...
Which it is nice. It's like a mental thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably not making out that much, and you might be making out a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Or breaking even, I would say, at worst. But it's just nice. I don't know. You get it out of the way, so you're there. Now you're not pulling your wallet out every 2 minutes, paying for things. And boy, it feels like in Disney you're doing that a lot.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. And he brings up a good point with the room. We just recently took a trip to the Run Disney event, and a friend of ours had come for the first 4 days. We were thinking about getting the meal plan. She was staying in the room with us, so she did not want to do the meal plan. And so that ultimately made our decision easier. We were just like, we're not going to do the meal plan then, because if we had, what would had to have happened was, if she didn't want to get it, she would have to either A, get her own room so that we could get ours in our room, or B, she could have stayed the 4 days and we could have skipped the meal plan for the first 4 days, and then we could have got it when she left. But when you get it when she leaves, you literally have to almost like book it like a second trip, the way Disney does it, and it just gets funky. So just know that if there's anybody coming in on different days, or I don't know how people, everyone plans differently, and everyone has family in different parts of the country and stuff like that. So just know that too, because there's all kinds of little things that go into that. No, obviously, if you're planning it with a travel agent or a Disney travel company, they'll let you know. Anyway, back to the meal plan. So you're looking at $186 a day, and you're going for 7 days. So it's a $1,300 bill. You're gonna slap on there up front, and then your meals are paid for, minus tip. Once again, the average Disney meal, like I said earlier, it was around 145, 150 bucks. Let's call it 150. So say 150 to $200 depending on when you go, because that was a lunch menu and it was a little bit cheaper. That meal I just spoke about earlier. If you go to dinner at, like, say the steakhouse in Japan, Tempranillo, that's probably gonna be like closer to $200. Reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's covered, but you're gonna tip on $200. So say on average you're throwing down a $30 tip a night. So add another $210 to that. You're somewhere around $1,530 for 3 people to eat for a week.
Yeah, your best bang for your buck is
not the greatest
to use your table service either for like a dinner, because that's when the prices go up, or use it for a buffet, which you can make a decent thing on a buffet, just because you have the unlimited food. It's usually what, $30-$40 a person for an average. And if you use it in a character buffet too, you're getting...
That's the one you really want to do.
You're definitely getting the meal, and then you're getting the not waiting in line for characters. So you're getting like a little bit of double. You're getting the double for that, especially for like a... And
they're more expensive, so you're getting that for free.
Yeah, so you're better off doing that in your Crystal Palace, where you're getting the Pooh characters, or you do it at the Grand Floridian, where you can get some of the princesses and princesses, the ones princes and princesses, where you're not... Some aren't even, you don't even have an option to see, so you can make out pretty good with buffets, or like a all you care to enjoy, where like a garden grill where they bring the food to you, or something like that, instead of having to get up. But that's what we usually would have. I think that's what we did use it for, was the sit down with the characters type of thing. So you just kind of
do your research on those. Crystal Palace, Chef Mickey's, like he said, Garden Grill.
Yeah, Hollywood and Vine has
one.
Disney Junior characters.
I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but in Norway.
Oh, I was Akershoes.
Yeah, Akershoes.
That's a breakfast one.
They have one there. We're just naming a couple off the top of our heads, but do the research. If you have a small child and you're going to use the meal plan, definitely go to a character meal.
And some
Ohana in the morning has a Lilo and Stitch.
Some of the meals are like, they have a wide variety of food that's like the
Grand Floridian has a
Grand Floridian has
one,
the one in Animal Kingdom, but I can't think of, where you're getting like the Mickey and the safari stuff, but it's a really good buffet. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but there are interesting, instead of your standard, just like some of like the the Hollywood and Vines and the Crystal Palaces, where there's some stuff that's different, but it's your standard theme park breakfasts.
I believe it's the Tusker House.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, so the Tusker House Johnny was referring to. Yeah, so
And you can get a lot of interesting meals at resorts where you can use.
Yeah.
So and usually you don't have to book any of that stuff. There's a couple you got to book in advance, but I mean, resorts usually restaurants you can play by ear with reservations. You can kind of that's one of the few things at Disney where you can kind of don't have to plan unless it's one of the California grills or like those type of things. But if I don't think you got to really book for the Animal Kingdom Lodge because it's so far away from stuff. People aren't traveling there, and I know all those restaurants there are really good. So
yeah, although I would recommend if you have your mind made up, just book it.
But you can play some
you can swing it though.
Sometime when you're there, let's go eat here for something when you're just there.
Which I do from time to time, but we go often too. You got to keep that in mind. So if you're like freaking out about there's certain things you're already hearing about, you want to do, and all that kind of stuff, and you get you're planning a trip on the resort, you get all that, then just book it if that's the kind of person you are. Don't.
Yeah.
Like Ohana can be tough. Like you said, California Grill. There's a few. It seems like Disney is like a rotation. Like it almost feels like every 5 years, like restaurants go in and out. I mean, California Grill is like forever popular. That's the one that's on top of the Contemporary we spoke of in the last episode. But that has a fireworks show involved in it if you go at the right time and all that stuff. So it tends to be popular because of its location. Ohana is popular because it's at the Polynesian and it has good food. And you just not going to go into all that, but you need to definitely read up on some of the dining options.
Usually the ones that are close to parks are the busier ones. If you got to actually like even the boardwalk or like those type of things, you can walk to Epcot from there back. But like the ones that you got to take the bus to, you can get away with not having to live or die by reservations.
World Showcase restaurants make reservations.
Yeah,
I mean the best theme park eating overall is probably in the Epcot World Showcase. I mean, they don't have all the best restaurants, but they have a more congested area of better restaurants than most. Because pretty much every country's got to sit down, I believe. Not everyone, but most. And, people enjoy those. Especially was it Via Napoli?
Yep.
In the Italian restaurant, that's a popular one right now. The brick oven pizzas are incredible.
The couple in France. There's a few.
There's a couple of Chefs de France, and then there's the Le Cellier in Canada, which is a signature, so it's going to cost you 2 credits. But apparently it's an amazing steakhouse. I have not eaten there, but I hear nothing but good things.
Yeah, the couple. There are 3 in Japan now, but the new one they just built.
There's going to be a new one in Japan. So
yeah,
just be aware. I will throw this little extra bit of information to be our guest. The Beauty and the Beast theme restaurant in Magic Kingdom and Cinderella's Castle restaurant. That one you actually have to call to get a reservation.
And you have to pay ahead.
It's a signature, I believe, Yeah,
and you have to pay. When you book it, you have to pay.
Yeah, you have to, yep. So
there's a few like that.
They don't mess around with that one. So if you're going to do that one, really get on the ball. And like I said, Be Our Guest is another one you got to really get on the ball with if you're going to try to eat dinner there. Breakfast is not so difficult.
Breakfast and lunch are considered quick service too, and then dinner is a sit down. So you got to look into those things too. Yep.
So you got to just really be on the ball when it comes to your dining if that's something you're really going to look forward to on the trip. But yeah, if you're going to eat every day in the parks, I would say you might as well just go with the meal plan. Because even if, let's say you lost $50 in the deal. I don't think that's even possible. But if you did, it's just the idea of having it paid and scanning your bracelet and just moving on in life, so much better. Kid wants a snack, you just scan your bracelet, grab a snack, you move on. They even give you, they don't tell you this, but they give you the alcoholic beverage on the quick service meal too. So basically getting 2 drinks a day per adult. At $9 a drink, or $9 to $15 a drink, times 4 right there alone.
Yeah.
And
you do get the mug at your resort in the meal plan, the refillable mug, which can be refilled up at any resort on property, wherever you go, which is the duration of your stay for free sodas, coffee, whatever.
Yes, the refillable mug is Also a nice bonus. So anyway, I think that's all we got for that. Really, there's not like too much to go in depth.
Well, the only other thing was that was the middle of the road dining plan.
Oh yeah, if you want to discuss, we can throw that out there real quick. Yeah,
the cheaper one, the quick service, you don't get the sit down. You just get 2 quick service meals with the 2 snacks and the same thing. And what was that? That's $55 and $26 for kids. And then the deluxe was you get 3 meals, which is any combination of quick service or table service, the 2 snacks. But then that's $119 for adults and $47.50 for kids. Which that deluxe one is good for your signature too, because you got the 2. You can use the 2 table right in your plan. But
I don't think you're going to eat enough to worry about that deluxe.
Yeah,
personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just that regular middle one
seems
your best bet.
We have like 20-something. Last time we had 20-something snacks at the end of the trip. Between the 3 of us left, and then you can go grab them all somewhere and take them home and stuff. And that's fine, but I'm just saying. And then like we had a couple of quick services left somewhere mixed in there. So I'm not saying that's gonna happen to you, but like what I'm getting at is it's harder to use than you think. So
yeah,
you get wrapped up in the parks, you're doing your thing. You'll be okay with that one. That one is just about right, which is probably why Disney puts it right there in the middle tier.
Yeah, and the one we had it before the app was out too, so it was a little more difficult to kind of keep track of. You had to save your receipt where it shows you how much you have left on each thing. Where the right in the app is nice, how it just
you pretty much know where you're at all times. So,
but I mean, there are ways. The last couple times we've gone, there are ways to kind of eat on the little bit of cheap. I mean, sharing meals is always an option too, because they do give you so much food at a restaurant or even at a quick service. So what we kind of did was the kids never really eat their own thing, so just get a meal, they share it. You kind of can do that, or you go to a restaurant, you get an appetizer and share a meal. There's just a little ways to save money.
Yeah,
or you can skip them. I mean, we usually do is just grab a muffin and like a drink for breakfast, unless we have one of those character breakfasts. We usually use the buffets for breakfast, but you just grab something. You can kind of, you're going to snack all day, so you just can kind of adjust your the way you eat and shit. I mean, with the food, that they do give you a lot of food. That's the one thing they don't. It might be expensive, but they do usually give you
they do
a lot.
But I kind of think what we're getting at is just make that decision before you go, though. If you're gonna go and you're just like, I'm doing theme parks and the food is like you're obviously gonna eat, you're a human, but you're just kind of gonna eat when you're gonna eat, then you don't have to worry about these things so much. I would even say bring cereal and oatmeal to your room and skip breakfast every morning. That's what
even nowadays with the whole Amazon instant thing, they deliver right to your hotel. You just meet them in the lobby, and
so you can save a ton of money that way. If money is if that's what you're looking to do.
Yeah,
we're just talking more along the lines of if you want to eat and you're gonna do these 3 meals a day, then the meal plan is definitely gonna be what you're looking to do, because
it's just so much less stressful.
It's way less stressful
because you already have so much stress with trying to fit everything into your day. That's just one less thing to really worry about.
And the tips and the tricks, like he was talking about with the food and all that stuff, like those are all great tips. But I feel like if you go on your first trip, you may not be like really thinking along those lines. So like what he's saying is 100% right, and it's the way to go. Like you'll find that when you go to these places, if you go enough times, that the kids really don't need their own meal and all that stuff, and you could save literally $12-13 every time you stop for lunch. If you want to take us at our word, then do that, and you'll see we're probably right. Especially if you have only a 5-6-year-old. Yeah. But I'm guessing most of you that are listening to this that are going on their first trip are just gonna be like, go. So
it's already stressful.
So maybe just throw it all down and get yourself the resort and on-property resort and meal plan, and just take those 2 elements of stress right out of there. Anyway,
but there is a lot of good. There is a lot of good food at Disney. It's not just your typical theme park food. You can't. I mean, they do a good job of a variety of food, and it's good. I mean, they have all these whatever that is, Michelin or AAA star restaurants, what type of thing. But they have it is.
Yeah, they do.
You will find good food there.
Definitely, but bear in mind, not to be negative, but you will find bad food there too.
Oh yes.
So just do the research on the restaurants. Who knows? Maybe we'll even do a restaurant episode on the way out of this little series of things. I don't know yet, but now we're talking about it. Got me thinking. But we'll see. But if we don't, there are plenty of websites. Just Google it, skim through. People go all the time. They have plenty of good advice.
Yeah,
and you'll find good places.
Lots of. Just type in the name of a restaurant on YouTube. You'll see plenty of reviews.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to make a little bit of a short one this week, but that is that. I think next week we will talk transportation, tickets, what are the right tickets for you? What do you like to do? How much do you like to do in a day? How much walking do you like to do in a day? Because there are a lot of things that you don't really think about when you go to a Disney park, and if you're not prepared to take 20 to 30,000 steps a day, know that if you're not getting a wheelchair or one of those little bikes, you're going to be taking 20 to 30,000 steps a day for the most part, unless you're doing like half days or stuff like that. But we'll get into that in next week's episode, and then maybe we'll even talk about a little bit of what Disney Springs has to offer for the adults, and miscellaneous things like that can just kind of button up the rest of the trip. So we'll see you next week, and have a good rest of your week.